My first show, I ran my own board.
Yeah.
I did everything.
All right, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not one in this business.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about this before because there's people like this, and I think it gives broadcasting a bad name.
Yeah.
I'm not one to sit here and act holier than thou, and I'm better than you, and I know
Right.
more than you about broadcasting. Because there's so many more people that have done this longer and on bigger platforms, and that I'm not even in the league of.
Right.
And I can say that locally. However, when someone walks into the studio and they are acting like they know what I need to be doing on a board, when they can't run their own board,
yeah,
they act like I'm the problem when they don't know how close to speak into a microphone, and they act like I'm the problem when they don't know how to send and publish a podcast.
That's insane.
I say, Jake, you're ridiculous. Obviously, you're the problem. I'm the host of Off Air now.
Right.
No, I had some interesting encounters recently.
Can we pause real quick?
Yeah.
I really have to pee.
Do it on air.
All right. Bring the mic in.
Bring the mic in? How close? Because if I asked this guy, he'd say 2 fists away, and that's just not not accurate.
Wait,
yeah,
like
no,
that?
8 inches.
Oh,
yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
And he would tell his guests that. I'll talk about more when you get back in the room. I guess while you're gone, I'll talk about Hellbender Vinyl. They're one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants. They're based out of Pittsburgh, PA, and they work with local independent artists in the area and out of the area to get their album release pressed onto something special. There's no need to settle for a bunch of ones and zeros floating around online. In this digital age, we see it more and more. Piracy and theft of music. We see distributors taking down music unjustly. We see AI influence in music that gives local artists a bad name. But Hellbender is here to correct that. Hellbender is hellbent on quality and hellbent on service. They press your album onto custom colored vinyl to your liking. You can get 5 free test presses absolutely free when you order any purchase at hellbendervinyl.com. And let them know that WSRR Radio sent you their way. We don't get anything for it. We don't get a kickback for it or anything like that. But they've been great supporters of us and the local independent scene. And we like to support them. And we like knowing that our listeners are helping to support them, because that's what it's all about, is growing the community. I also want to give a shout out to the Milkhouse Jillers, because I know they are currently releasing an album with Hellbender Vinyl. So once again, hellbendervinyl.com. They're hellbent on quality and hellbent on service. So if you are a local or independent artist, go to hellbendervinyl.com today.
Dude. Also brought to you by hydration. It's important to drink water. If you want to live healthy, make sure you drink water. No, they gave him an idea. And make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you're living healthy.
The following is an unpaid public service announcement from the Styles Rebel Radio Health and Hygiene Committee.
Hey, just next time you have some trash with you, anytime you're done using something and you have a trash and then it's trash, do not litter it and throw it in the garbage can instead. Okay.
You sure he didn't go to school with us?
Hey, you know what? He did go to school with me, is the crazy part. So
I mean, I'm pretty sure he went to the school with us.
yeah, God rest his soul. But at least he's not holding the microphone 8 inches away from his mouth.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get back into that. Are you gonna leave the part where I went potty?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
We can cut around it.
No, I mean, I'm fine.
Okay.
Are
you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
We
Hydration.
Yeah, to be fair, we had a phone call before this.
Yeah.
And Style, being the wonderful, gracious host of the station that he is, he gave me a water. And I have a tendency.
Just one. Don't ever come to the Rebel Studios and ask for more water.
Yeah, no, it's very strict here.
Yeah. There's a reason Shane's not here anymore.
But I have a tendency with water that I chug it. And I don't know why. I think it's because as a child, hold on. No, for real though. Hold on. Because we're get ready. It's all fair. No, because as a child, my parents, they didn't give me formula. They gave me water.
You know, the more you reveal about your childhood, the more
realize-
sense it makes. You
Real-
talked about lead paint a while ago, and like it's
Do
just
you,
all.
do you
connected.
realize, like, had my parents given me formula, I'd probably be like 6'10".
Do you realize
Like,
how
I'm
cool
6
and strong and smart I'd be if my parents loved me? Do you understand?
No,
They knew
no.
they had to nerf me because I'd be too good.
Right. Honestly, though, no. So, but like, could you imagine? Like, I don't know. I think, but listen, here's my theory. You ready for my theory?
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why I get dehydrated the way that I do. Because, like, if I go 10 minutes sometimes without water, it's cotton mouth. Like, it's bad. And I think it's because, like, as a kid, I was just having water poured down my throat constantly.
And you work in radio,
Yeah.
and you have cotton mouth after 10 minutes of not drinking
dude,
water.
it's rough. Like, right now I have it.
Do you want another water?
I mean,
Just don't fucking ask.
I mean, if you're offering,
I'm not. I'm asking
I
if you
mean-
want one, but I'm not going to offer.
I mean,
it
if
to
you were going to offer
No.
me
No.
off air some water,
I'm about to off myself.
I'm not gonna say no. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's one of those theories that I have. I'll never find out.
I have this theory that if you're gonna fucking act like you have seniority in broadcasting, you probably have seniority in broadcasting.
Yeah. So tell me about the two.
So there's a guy.
The two now, real quick.
Yeah.
For context, we are taught, and everybody knows, it's 3 fingers.
Yeah.
So 3 fingers away from a microphone, and that's usually the good. Like, I'm through.
Yeah.
Yeah. If not a little bit closer,
Yeah.
a little bit further away, but you want 3 fingers away from the microphone. That way, it's picking up. You know, the breath isn't, because if we're too close,
You're
then
not
it's muffled.
overmodulated.
And when you breathe, it sounds like that, and that's not good. But if you're, further away, then it's not that rich sound that people want to hear. So you want to be,
Right.
three fingers away.
Yeah.
But this guy's talking about 2 fists. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, so there's a guy at a studio. He hosts a show. There's this guy. And I
Why don't you have a seat? Get a little closer to the mic.
So I produced a show for this guy at one point in time and didn't think anything of it. Got a few shows in and I started to realize some quirks of this guy. And he has a relatively deep voice, so we had to boost the mic in general. So I'm like, all right, no big deal. People have different voices and different speaking patterns, and that's why we have a board and we have equipment.
Was it a fake deep voice?
No.
Okay, so it was legit?
Genuinely how
Okay.
the guy talked.
All right.
So like it was necessary to boost the mic, to
Yeah.
turn the gain up. But he started having an issue with me and saying, "Hey, these shows they're not loud enough. You can't hear me talk." And I tell him, can't say his name. I tell him, guy, buddy guy. I tell him,
Can we call him Pete?
I'd call him Pete. The problem isn't that your mic is low, because I can't turn you up anymore,
Mhm.
or it's going to be overmodulated and you're going to have feedback.
Right.
I am turning you up as much as I can. The problem is you are far away from your microphone. Just tighten that up. And we had this conversation 3 or 4 times.
Now, because I've had hosts that they'll move around.
Sure, no.
No,
He's not moving. He is pretty much on
He's
top.
stationary in the chair.
Yeah.
It's just this far away from his mouth.
Yeah, it's down by his stomach. Yeah, it's like comically far away from his mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. It's almost like he's talking into the room.
So if somebody opens the door,
yeah, no, you'll hear it.
you'll hear that
You'll
better
hear
than
his
you
chair.
will hear him.
Yeah, no, you'll hear his chair. You'll
Oh,
hear the pop
no.
filter. Yeah, no, you'll
Okay.
hear everything.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear the desk when he moves papers. Yeah.
Okay.
So after having this conversation multiple times, I think he finally just gave up arguing and assumed that I was doing something wrong.
Okay.
But I've heard him tell guests on his show,
Yeah.
hey, 2 fists away from the microphone is where you want to be. Don't get any closer. It's going to be an issue. And as he would tell them this, they would do a mic check and I'd say, hey, you got to get a little closer.
Yeah.
And I would watch him get upset and say, no, 2 fists away. That's where you want to be. It's going to be too loud.
Do you think he had to Do you think he had to choose the profession that he's in? Because while on a date, he would confuse fingers for fists.
Oh my god!
Right?
So there's other stories about this guy.
Yeah.
That was the main thing I want to talk about.
Right.
The other part of this being that he's tried to get me fired on multiple occasions.
Right.
Not because I'm doing anything wrong or against him, because I don't agree with his stances he's making. Again, let me preface: he's one guy who pays for a show.
I was literally just going to make that point.
Yep. He is one guy who pays to do a show at a studio. It's his show. He can do whatever he wants with it. I am there to produce it.
That is your job.
That is my role.
You are not a co-host.
Nope.
You can add if you want.
Sure.
He can ask you questions,
Sure.
but you're not there to push his talking point
Correct.
along. Yes.
And the issue that we were running into is he started calling out other shows on the network, the network that I work for. So number one, that's a conflict of interest.
Right.
Number two, I don't agree with what he's saying in general. So I'm not going to go on national radio and say, oh, yes, that's correct, Pete, because I don't agree.
I love that his name's Pete.
Of course it's Pete. Look at him.
Right. Like, yeah, you can't.
So I'm not gonna shill out because it's your show and I'm a part of this process. And I make that clear to every show I run. If you want me on, I'll be on, but I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm not gonna push an agenda that I don't believe in. So he had a problem with that.
So,
and then furthermore, one more point. The bigger reason was that as a broadcaster, and I know where this guy went to school, and so do you, as a broadcaster, I was taught the golden rule is not to bury your co-host.
Yep.
So even if I disagree with everything you just said, this is your show.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to come on and say, well, here's why you're wrong and here's all the points.
Yeah.
And this is why I think everything you said's a load of shit on your own show.
Unless, because I've had some hosts that will go, don't be scared to buck back.
Well, sure.
Like, hey, don't get nasty.
Sure.
One person in particular, Roro.
Yeah.
Roro would always tell me, like, hey, if I say something dumb and you think you could bring up a good point, we can discuss it, bring it up.
Right.
Right.
And that's the kind of rapport you have to have with it, too, is I know that there are shows that I go on and speak my mind. And oftentimes I'll preface it and say, hey, you might not agree with me, but here's why I think that's incorrect. Here's my stance on it. I know people might not like it.
So did you ever do that? Because working with Roro,
yeah,
I would sometimes give him the benefit of he's on a rant and he's giving me that kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go, yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. Like, kind of just to help him move it along, give him that little bit of confidence. Not that he needed it.
In the beginning, there was a lot of that.
Okay.
When I first started working with this guy, there was a lot of, here's a 20-minute story that I just told. And even if I don't agree with everything he's saying, it's style, isn't that crazy? Yeah, Pete, that sure is. Sounds like it.
Sure thing, Pete.
Sure thing, Pete. So, what do you think about that? Yeah, no, I don't really know what to make about that. I think you hit some good points there. And that's kind of the back and forth. Because again, I'm not going to go on and say, hey, I think everything you just said is wrong.
Right.
When all he's looking for is confirmation.
Yeah, see, I got a talking to after a show with Roro because I was nervous for him. He had a shot in a pretty big time slot. Anyways. But I got a talking to because after every point he would make, I'd go, yeah, no, good point. Yeah.
You were too agreeable.
I was putting him over.
Yeah.
I was putting him over 100%.
You didn't feed him anything.
To the point, even like people were calling in and going, Jake, shut the fuck up. We know you don't actually think that way. We've listened to you. Stop doing that. And I'm like, okay. All right. Like callers would do that.
But
yeah.
So the moral of the story is this guy tried to get me fired on numerous occasions because I wouldn't, get on air with him and push his narrative.
Pete, dude.
Fucking Pete. What a guy. What a guy, Pete. Also found out through some different channels that he had tried to bribe another host on the network out of his time slot. But not him personally. Pete had his friend call another host who also pays for airtime.
Okay, that was going to be the question I asked. So to just to make sure people are following.
Yep.
Pete pays for airtime.
Correct.
Pete is on from, I'm just going to pick a random time, from 5 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a friend, Pete's friend, reached out to another person. Let's say it's a different day from 5 to 6.
Correct.
And tried to get them switched.
Yes.
Oh.
Pete's friend calls host number 2. We have Pete and host 2. Those are their names.
Okay.
Pete's friend calls
Johnny.
Host number 2 is the name.
Host number 2.
Yeah. Pete's friend calls host number 2 and says, hey, Pete's not really getting the audience that he was expecting on his night, and he's wondering if he could swap time slots with you.
Hey, you've done a great job building up your time slot. Do you want to go ahead and switch?
Number 1, who the fuck would agree to that? Number 2, when host number 2 said, I don't think I want to do that. We have a consistent show on X night. I don't want to confuse the listener.
Hey, Howard. Hey, Hey, yeah, you're doing a great job on Howard 100. I have a show on Saturday. You want to go ahead and switch? Yeah, I'm just not getting the audience that I really thought I would get. Yep, no, yeah. No, I would take over on hello? Oh, okay.
Well,
That's ballsy.
And here's the real kicker. After the conversation was, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. Pete's friend says, well, he'd be willing to pay you $50 a week off of your airtime.
So he's selling airtime that's not his.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. They were going to bribe him with $50 every week to use towards his show to take over his airtime.
So now let me ask you, do you work for Host 2 or do you work with Host 2?
I do.
I do. So the problems that he has with you would not have been solved.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. I still would have been working with both hosts on both days. Correct. So it's more than just he has a problem with me, obviously.
Which is weird because isn't ego against...
I heard it's a sin.
Isn't that one of those?
I heard
Isn't it? Isn't that
something about pride? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, this is coming from the same guy. This is the last note I'll make about Pete.
Yeah.
Pete did an entire hour-long program. Pretty much. Did an entire hour-long program, came in with a bullet-pointed list in subsets of 20 reasons why he has the most compelling and best show on the radio. Went through a list for a full hour of 20 reasons that you need to listen to his show and that he's better than other shows.
I think I know why nobody's listening.
I wouldn't listen.
I mean, if we
Probably
change
the day it's on, though,
that's got to be it.
Or me.
Yeah, no,
Since I'm not saying enough.
No, you know what it is? It's definitely the show. It's not the show and it's not the host.
Yeah.
It's definitely the day that it's on, the producer and the station.
Uh-huh.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Even though the same setup, just on a different day.
Could have fixed it all.
No, seems to work for the other guy. No. It's just that it's on a day that ends in Y. Son of a bitch.
That's the Ballad of Pete for you.
Wow, dude. Pete is something else.
Yeah,
Pete is a prickly little prick.
Pete's been a topic I've been wanting to talk about off air.
Well, yeah, and you specifically, you were like, you got to remind me, like, we have to talk about this.
Got to talk about Pete. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody that I worked with like that.
This is, and I know we talked about broadcasters sometimes having egos, and I've seen people think they're like hot shit before. This is a new level of I couldn't possibly be wrong. Everything else is the problem.
I've worked with people that think they're hot shit.
Right.
And there's a difference between being hot shit and thinking you're hot shit. Because and there's one in particular, the morning guy.
Yeah.
As much as I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Bro, I could sit here and disagree with you all day. And I could think that your show isn't that great. I think it's gotten a lot better as of late. To be fair, I've heard little snippets. It's gotten better. Like they dialed down the hideout, like the wackiness.
Yeah,
the morning zoo.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of like a show now. So it's pretty good considering what it was. But like that dude, talk your shit.
Yeah,
I could disagree with you all day. But the ratings come out,
I was gonna say,
and I'll shut the fuck up.
You can talk a shit on the way to the bank. Yeah,
right. And that dude, setup wise, did it the right way.
No, we've talked about
that.
We've talked about before of how to organize your show and your brand and take it somewhere else rather than rely on what you're given.
Speaking of which, I started an LLC.
I thought you had an LLC.
No.
Oh,
I was talking about it for a while, and I finally did that.
One time, I was told that I was working under an LLC and was sending sponsors to this person thinking that he had bought the LLC. Turns out we were not broadcasting under an LLC. I'll leave it at that. We can talk about that off air.
All right, Jordan. Future Jordan.
I'm not editing this.
Future Jordan, edit this part out. Zoinks. Wow.
Yeah. You gotta be careful with these LLCs nowadays.
Well, I mean, mine, I have the certificate.
Yours is also gothgirlspegging.xxx.llc.
No, are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Because somebody, Dennis, gave me the idea for this, and I was like, damn, that's actually kind of a good idea. He's like, Underwood Production.
There you go.
I go, okay. He's like, yeah, up. And I'm like,
Up is good.
Fuck. I'm like,
Up is good.
that's really good. So I got like the U.
Yeah,
And then
with
P
the arrow.
the little arrow. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Did I send it to you?
No, I was gonna
Awesome.
disagree with you though. Until up. Up is what makes it good.
Right.
Because I really
felt
really
the
don't
same
like
way.
when people use their last name and throw
Yep.
productions.
I felt the same exact way. And I was like, that is just so overused and so stupid. And I really don't like that. And then he literally drew the logo for it. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Throwing your name
I
into
know. I feel like
the
we're taking
concept of what you're making.
I feel like we're taking shots at people and I don't know who right now.
Oh, I was taking shots at the banner hanging behind your head.
I know. I'm playing along. No. But that's also not like your real name.
Yeah, right. You know what? Funny story I thought about last
Real
night.
quick, look at the
Yeah.
logo. Give me the approval.
I'm looking at it. No, it's good.
All right.
Yeah. Stay away from anything pluralizing it, because then you have UPS. But
Ups. But yeah, like, I don't know. I gotta make money right now. So the LLC is
Corner's
the way
not
to
doing
go.
it for you.
Dude, it's not.
It's
Like,
dry season.
well, the problem is I had this guy named Pete come by. And I said 2 fingers, and he was
And he
double
said,
fisted.
"This is my corner now."
He's double fisted. And I went, what?
He said, "I'm gonna need you to stand on that corner that gets less traffic."
This guy. Yeah, he had me go across the street. But I built up the reputation for my corner. They all knew to come by, and because I was washing windows.
And then here comes Pete.
Yeah, Pete just walks in and he's like, "Hey, I really like the Windex that you're using there. I have the same Windex. I don't understand what's going on, and I have the same cloth." And I'm on, "Yeah, I don't know what's going on." He's like, "It must be the corner." All right. So then I went across the street. Everybody started going there.
At least you had $50.
You
So
know
there's
what?
that.
That's true. He did.
Yeah.
He did sell me that spot on that corner, even though he wasn't supposed to
Yeah.
or allowed to. Legally, I don't think.
I don't
he
even know
did.
who dropped off the money because it wasn't Pete.
Wait, there was money transferred?
No.
Like they actually tried?
No.
Oh,
No, that
okay.
was the offer though.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know who that money was coming from. Is the
Interesting.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we can look into it and find out.
I don't really care that much, you know. I don't work with Pete anymore directly, so
That's true. Good luck, Peter. Peter Pumpkin Eater.
well, you know, when there's a skeeter on your Peter, whack it off. You know what I'm talking about. Teenagers. Ballad of Pete is going to be its own episode.
Oh, 100%. 100%. As it should be.
The preceding program was a WSRR radio production.